Welcome everybody, this is John Wally, and today we're going to be working with our Tenable OT sensor and learning how to get our information out of syslog on our sensor and into our SIEM. In this case, we'll be working with Splunk. So let's go ahead and jump in and log into our appliances. We're going to log into our Tenable OT sensor. And we want to make sure that we have administrative access. If we don't, you can log in there and make sure that that's working as well. So if you have a little orange or yellow button here saying that you need to elevate that, go ahead and click on that so that you're prepared for this walkthrough. The second thing we want to do is go in and log into our Splunk environment. And make sure we're set up there as well. Now, just to make sure things are working the right way, let's go ahead and look at our syslog index and make sure we're still getting data. So I'm just going to grab my index syslog, we'll hit return here, and we'll see we are getting data as of today. And you'll notice that our host that's coming in is this 10.3.40.100. Now, just to make sure we're not getting anything from our sensor, we'll go over, you'll see that our sensor IP is 3.40.101. Let's go and look up our host. And we'll say our host equals 100. We'll see this show up, that we see all of these. If we go to 101, we'll see we don't have any data yet. So we're going to go back over and we're going to go down to our terminal. And hopefully I've zoomed this in enough so everybody that can see this. And so in our Tenable OT sensor, it doesn't have the same capability as our core appliance did. In our core appliance, we were able to go in, point our logs to a certain place, set up our syslog server, and it was done. In this case, it's not quite so simple. So we're going to spend a little bit of time under our command line interface, or our CLI. So what we want to do is modify our Rsyslog service so that we start sending our logs up to something that's remote instead of logging them locally, or logging them locally. So let's go ahead and switch over to that directory. Now you can use this when we start modifying the text files. You'll see me using Vim. You can use Nano if you're more comfortable with that, or VI if you're more comfortable with that. I just happen to like Vim. All right, so we're going to change directories over to our Etsy directory. And if we look inside of this directory, you're going to see several files here. The one that we're really looking for is our syslog. So if we go over to our right, you'll see this rsyslog.conf, and this is the file that we're going to be working with. So I'm going to go ahead and sudo, because we're going to have to be a super user. I'm going to vim because I want to edit the file, and we'll edit our rsyslog.conf. It'll ask for my password. And now we're in. So let's talk a little bit about our syslog before we jump in and make any of the modifications. So by default, there's several different rules. So if you scroll down to the rules section, and you'll see I'm already kind of there. Let me scroll up some so you can see this. But we're going to go all the way down to the section under rules. And there's several different pieces here. We can log just the kernel events if we wanted to. We could log anything except for mail here of info or higher. We also aren't logging any private authentication messages here. If you want to go down and you wanted to see those private messages, you could go down to this area. If you wanted to log mail, you could go here. Any cron jobs you could do here. So in general, this is really where we want to be. We want to be under this kind of log messages section, but we want to modify this a little bit because we do want to see when people are logging in locally. We do want to see a couple of those other things. So I'm going to copy this row, or actually several of these rows. Click. I'm going to hit paste. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit. So I'm going to go up to here. I'm going to update my little message here. Let's clean a little bit of this up because I do want my local auth priv. And we're almost done. And I'm going to clean this row up a little bit and get rid of our hashtag in front. All right, so now I'm going to modify this slightly. This is all good until I get to my auth priv because I do want my authentication messages. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to say star. I'm going to leave cron to none, or either we'll end up getting a ton of spam here. We're going to then go out to this next area, and I'm going to tab over to these so that it's lined up properly. I'm going to say at, and I'm going to enter the IP address of my Splunk server. So I'm going to say 10.3.40.105. I'm going to tell it I want to go over port 514. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to write and quit my file, and we should be good to go. Now the next thing I want to do is reset or restart my actual system. So I'm going to say sudo systemctl restart, and then we can say our syslog. We'll clear this up. Now we can go back over to Splunk. We'll refresh. And now you'll see that we're starting to get good information back and forth. So you can see we've gone in and you saw us use a sudo command. You saw different things coming in for our logs. So now we have this 101 coming in through our system. So it's as easy as that. You can go in, update your syslog conf file on the OT sensor, reset the service, and then you should start getting data into your SIEM, whatever that is, whether it's Splunk or QRadar or whatever tool that you're using that's out there. I hope this video has been helpful. If so, please hit that like button. As always, leave comments. I'm always watching those, happy to answer any questions. If there's any specific videos that you would like to see, I'm more than happy to work on those as well. Just leave those below. Subscribe if you want to see updates. Until next time, have a great day.